What's up YouTube, it's your boy Nash here, welcome back to the channel, and for today's video, we got some interesting news to talk about with you guys. But the question is, what is it? Well, as you guys can tell by the title of the video, yes. There's been a lot of rumors going around as of late that Brock Lesnar will be retiring from professional wrestling after WrestleMania? Wonder what that's about. But before we get into today's video, we got some breaking news that we are now officially 50 subscribers away. We are now 50 subs away from 200, and as I have said in previous videos, if this channel gets to 200 subs, which we are very close to doing, I will open up this Korean Strike of Neos box in its entirety on the channel, and yes, it is heavily taped. You can tell under the right light, you can like tell that it's taped as fuck. But what if the channel gets to 1,000 subs? What am I gonna open? None other than this first edition Toon Chaos box that I got from my partners at Collector Store. Link and address will be in the description below. I actually got this on the week of its release, and I never opened it at all. Like, I didn't even touch it because this set is so fucking good. It is that damn good. So again, we are now 50 subs away from 200, and hopefully we can hopefully we can get to 200 sooner than we think. But with that being said, but with that being said, let's get straight into this video with the recent rumors of Brock Lesnar leaving WWE, or actually, or rather, leaving WWE after WrestleMania. So obviously, you guys know that Brock Lesnar ended up joined the NFL as part of the Minnesota Vikings, but unfortunately he was cut from the team during preseason, which was a bit unfortunate, but it is what it is. And he signed with New Japan Pro Wrestling in 2005, where he became IWGP champion. But obviously, we all know of his backstory. We all know his his background, I guess, if you will. He's become arguably one of the best, one of the top tier talent that we have in WWE ever. Like, there's no denying it. And the last few years for Brock Lesnar have been rather interesting, which kind of started back in 2019 when he became WWE champion. I think on the SmackDown premiere on Fox, and yeah, it was rather interesting, to say the very least, because we never would have imagined Brock Lesnar being WWE champion once again. But it wasn't until after WrestleMania inside the Performance Center where we saw him lose the title, and he left WWE altogether. He came, and we know that he came back to WWE a little over a year later, and that was when he became babyface, over the last couple years. And I have to admit, excuse me, even I have to admit that the last few years have been rather interesting for Brock Lesnar. But one thing I will say though is that Brock Lesnar has become basically the man that we had figured that he would have been. You know, and now there's been a lot of rumors going around that he's officially done with WWE. And apparently the rumors are true, because apparently now because apparently there have been a lot of reports from various news outlets. Big shout out to them. No copyrights as always. They stated that after his that apparently after his match with Omos at WrestleMania, reports were stating that he's gonna be retiring from professional wrestling altogether. And I know what you guys are thinking. You guys are probably thinking, "Oh, wait a minute. He's not gonna fully retire. He'll just go back over to the UFC." Wrong, sir. Wrong, sir. Actually, no, he will not, because Dana White actually mentioned it. If I'm able to scroll down a bit, because Dana White recently spoke to the Spun. Big shout out, no copyrights as always. And he asked, and he was asked about that, if there's a chance that Brock Lesnar will go back to the UFC, and Dana White said, quote, "Brock and I have a great relationship, and we always have, but I don't think Brock wants to fight anymore. Brock's made a lot of money. He came into the UFC and won the heavyweight title. He's got nothing left to prove. I don't think he wants to do it." So, yeah, I mean, that pretty much just proves that he doesn't want to fight anymore. But you know the old adage, never say never. It's very possible that he could do it again, but only time will tell. But if you guys don't know, Brock's last fight in the UFC was actually at UFC 200 against Mark Hunt. And that was a hell of a victory. It was a hell of a fight, but apparently they decided to rule it. They overturned the victory for Brock Lesnar, and they ruled it a no contest because apparently Lesnar tested positive for certain drugs. I would say here on the channel, but we all know the algorithm. We all know. I don't want to get copyrighted or anything like that. But I will say though, Brock Lesnar has made a name for himself, not just in the world of MMA, not just in the world of professional wrestling, but in the world of TV and video games. Because look at everything he's done. You know, as far as like film and TV goes, it goes all the way back to 2008, where he was a part of the TV show known as E60, which was a show on ESPN. Then, of course, from 2009 to 2010, only 3 episodes though from the show Rome is Burning, and then just a part of Jimmy Fallon, Jay Leno, Sports Center, Ultimate Insider, and then movies. He was a part of 3 different movies: True Giants, Foxcatcher, and Countdown. And then you look on into the video games. His debut was obviously SmackDown Shut Your Mouth, which was in 2002. Then, of course, 2003, WWE Crush Hour, WrestleMania 19, Raw 2, SmackDown, Here Comes the Pain. WWE 12, which he was a part of the DLC package, and then WWE 13, and then from WWE 2K14 all the way to 2K22, now to 2K23, Brock Lesnar has been a part of video games ever since. And I have to admit, and also too, let's also not forget, he was also a part of Madden NFL 06, and then UFC 2009 Undisputed, UFC Undisputed 2010, UFC Undisputed 3, EA Sports UFC, and EA Sports UFC 4, both of which were DLC packages. And we all know of his story. We know of everything he's done all across the world. And if you were to look at all of his accomplishments, let's start with his UFC record, okay? Because he is 5-3 in the world of MMA. Okay? 3 of those wins were by knockout. One was by submission. One was by unanimous decision. 2 and then the 3 losses, 2 were by knockout and the 1 was by submission. And those wins were against Kim Min-so, Heath Herring, Randy Couture, which was for the UFC title, Frank Mir, Shane Carwin, and originally it was supposed to have been Mark Hunt, but we all know what happened there. His losses were against Frank Mir, Cain Velasquez, and Alistair Overeem, which was his last match before he ended up leaving to go to WWE. And then you look at all of the previous premium live events that he had been a part of, starting with as far as his big matches that he was a part of against guys like The Rock, The Undertaker, Kurt Angle, Big Show, Eddie Guerrero, John Cena, Triple H. You know, it's amazing. It is absolutely amazing. And then you look at his accomplishments, starting with his collegiate wrestling career. NCAA Division I All-American, 1999 and 2000. NCAA Division I Heavyweight National Runner-Up, 1999. NCAA Division I Heavyweight Champion, 2000. Big Ten Conference Champion, 99 and 2000. NJCAA, National Junior College Athletic Association, All-American, 97 and 98. NJCAA Heavyweight Champion, North Dakota State University Bison Tournament Champion, 97 to 99. And then, of course, too, former UFC champion with 2 successful title defenses and submission of the night one time against Shane Carwin. Inside Fights, Biggest Draw 2008, Rookie of the Year 2008, Sherdog Awards, Beatdown of the Year 2009, Sports Illustrated Top Newcomer of the Year 2008, World MMA Awards, Breakthrough Fighter of the Year 2009, Wrestling Observer Newsletter Best Box Office Draw 2008 to 2010, MMA Most Valuable Fighter 2008 to 2010, and then of course his professional wrestling, his professional wrestling records. Guinness World Records, world record for youngest person to win the WWE title at 25 years old, 44 days. That's amazing. That's a hell of a record. That's a hell of a record right there, to be honest. Inoki Genome Federation, excuse me, IWGP Heavyweight Champion, and then of course New Japan Pro Wrestling IWGP Heavyweight Champion. So he's technically a two-time IWGP champion. OVW Ohio Valley Wrestling, OVW Southern Tag Team Champions 3 times with Shelton Benjamin. Pro Wrestling Illustrated Feud of the Year 2003 with Kurt Angle. Feud of the Year 2015 with The Undertaker. Match of the Year 2003 with Kurt Angle in an Iron Man match on SmackDown on September 16th. Most Hated Wrestler of the Year 2018. Most Improved Wrestler of the Year 2002. Wrestler of the Year 2002-2014. Ranked number 1 of the top 500 singles wrestlers in the PWI 500 in 2003. Rolling Stone's Most Unavoidable Face Turn 2015, even though he was still technically a heel, to be completely honest. Wrestling Observer Newsletter Best Brawler 2003, Best Wrestling Maneuver 2002, which was obviously the F5. Feud of the Year 2003 with Kurt Angle, Most Improved Wrestler 2002-2003, Best Box Office Draw of the Decade 2010s, Wrestling Observer Newsletter Hall of Fame class of 2015, and then of course WWE. 7-time WWE Champion, 3-time Universal Champion, 2002 King of the Ring, Men's Money in the Bank 2019, Elimination Chamber 2022, Royal Rumble 2003 and 2022, 5 Slammy Awards, for 4 of them in 2015, for Hashtag of the Year, which was Hashtag Suplex City, Match of the Year against The Undertaker inside Hell in a Cell, Rivalry of the Year 2015 against The Undertaker, Tell Me You Didn't Just Say That Moment of the Year, coining Suplex City at WrestleMania 31, and then of course 2014 OMG Shocking Moment of the Year, ending The Undertaker's streak at WrestleMania. And then, of course, the WWE Year-End Awards for Hottest Rivalry in 2018 against Roman Reigns. So you look at all those accomplishments and you think, wow, that's impressive. Truth be told, it is absolutely impressive, and that right there is all the more reason why he definitely deserves to be in the Hall of Fame, because of that right there. And yeah, I know some people might think that he still has a lot to prove. Truth be told, he doesn't have anything left to prove, and I truly believe that this match at WrestleMania with Omos might be his last match. And if these rumors are true, then I can guarantee you that Omos will do everything in his power to make sure that Brock Lesnar leaves WWE with a loss at WrestleMania, because right now Lesnar's record at WrestleMania is absolutely insane. So let's take a look at that. I believe, let's see, WrestleMania record: 5 wins, 6 losses at WrestleMania. So let's take a look at the victories that he has. Let's see, we have WrestleMania 19 against Kurt Angle. We have against The Undertaker at WrestleMania 30. We have against Dean Ambrose at WrestleMania 32. Against Goldberg at WrestleMania 33. WrestleMania 34 against Roman Reigns. And I think that's all of them. And then his 6 losses: Goldberg at WrestleMania 20, Triple H at WrestleMania 29, against Seth Rollins at WrestleMania 31, and then against Seth Rollins at WrestleMania 35, Drew McIntyre at WrestleMania 36, and then last year's WrestleMania against Roman Reigns. Yeah. So 5 and 6, 5 and 6. So if Omos were to beat Brock Lesnar, he would be 5 and 7, 5 and 7 at WrestleMania. But if Brock wins, his record would be 6 and 6, which honestly is not that bad. It's not that bad of a record to say the very least. But I will admit, if Brock Lesnar does retire, I think he's definitely going to retire knowing that he did everything that he set out to do. WWE Champion, Universal Champion, Money in the Bank, he's done it all. I think, honestly, I think this year might just be the year that we could see him retire, but we won't know until after WrestleMania. So again, we don't know much about it, but only time will tell. But we will find out once we get closer and closer to WrestleMania, and perhaps potentially we will find out later on this year, because for all we know, if Roman Reigns were to retain his title, and we go into SummerSlam, which will take place this year in Detroit in Ford Field, it's a possibility that Brock Lesnar could potentially go after the title again, but only time will tell. But this brings me to the question of the day, which is this: what is your all-time favorite Brock Lesnar moment? I think for me, would probably have to be his return to WWE at SummerSlam in 2021. I think that was just, it was mind-blowing to see him back in WWE at that time. But let me know down in the comments below, and that will do it for today's video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. If you did, make sure you guys smash that thumbs up button. If you guys are new to the channel and you guys want more videos like this in the future, which get posted every Thursday and sometimes on Wednesdays and weekends, make sure you guys subscribe to the channel, turn on the notification bell, follow me on all my social media. My @s will be in the description below, as will the info to my fan mail. It will also be in the description as well. And on that, this is your boy Nash, signing out.